In my last video I showed you how I replaced my entire PKM system with 2 folders and AI. But you don't need it for today, because today I want to answer the question I get more than any other. Tom, aren't you just depending on Claude now? How is that different from depending on Obsidian or Notion or any other note-taking app? Fair question. And the answer actually changed how I think about portability, data ownership, and what it means to really own your knowledge system. Let me be clear about what my system actually is. I have 2 folders on my computer, one for business and one for personal life. Inside those folders, AI handles the organization, the filing, the knowledge connections. The AI brain right now is Claude. It could be GPT tomorrow, or Gemini, or whatever comes next. That distinction matters. Claude is the brain. It's the processing power. But the brain is not the system. Your foundation is the system. Your processes, your data structure, your organizational logic. That lives on your computer, in your folders, in your files. You own it. If Anthropic disappeared tomorrow, I would lose the brain. I would not lose a single file, a single piece of knowledge, a single process document. Everything stays exactly where it is. I just point a new AI at the same folders and I'm running again. Now compare that to a traditional PKM tool. Here's the part that might surprise you. This setup is actually more portable than Obsidian. I know that sounds controversial. Obsidian markets itself as local first. Your files are on your computer, and that's true. They are. But think about what happens when you try to move an Obsidian vault to another tool. Your wiki links break because other tools don't use double bracket syntax. Your frontmatter properties lose their meaning because they were structured for Obsidian's Dataview plugin. Your community plugins stop working entirely. Your graph view disappears because the metadata that powered it was Obsidian specific. You thought your files were portable because they were markdown, but the connections between them, the structure that made them useful, that was all built for Obsidian. Move the files and the knowledge graph collapses. Now look at how AI organizes files. No proprietary link syntax, no tool-specific frontmatter conventions, no plugins that only work in one app. The AI organizes by meaning. Folder names describe what's inside. File names describe what they contain. Content is written in clean, readable text. Any future AI can pick up those files and understand them immediately. Not because the files were built for that AI, but because they were built for comprehension. The structure serves understanding, not software conventions. Your data becomes truly portable when it's organized by meaning instead of by one app's quirks. And I'm not the only one who landed on this conclusion. My co-founder Paco, he built his own personal AI assistant, completely independently. Different needs, different setup, different approach. Paco's system is focused on his consulting and education workflows. My system has 2 separate contexts with dedicated teams managing different parts of my life and business. Completely different architectures. But both of us reached the same conclusion. Both of us started stepping away from our traditional PKM tools. I stopped using Heptabase, Paco uses less and less of Tana. Not because those tools are bad, but when your AI system handles knowledge management, you realize you don't need a separate app for it anymore. When 2 people independently reach the same conclusion from different starting points, that's not an anecdote. That's a pattern. There's one more piece that convinced me this approach wins on portability. If I wanted to start a new business tomorrow, I would create a 3rd folder. That's all. A 3rd context with its own knowledge base, its own AI team, its own workflows. Same orchestrator, same foundation, new specialists, new context. Up and running in minutes. That's what I actually do. I build a specialized AI team for each context in my life. My business folder has over 30 AI specialists. My private life folder has its own team, a health coach, a financial advisor, a family coordinator. Each team speaks the right language, knows the right context, and never bleeds into the other. Try that with any traditional PKM tool. You'd rebuild your tagging system, recreate your folder hierarchy, reconnect your integrations. Hours of setup before you can even start thinking about the actual work. With a folder-based PKA personal knowledge assistance, you copy the structural template, point the AI at the new folder, build the team you need, and the system works. Because the portability isn't in the tool, it's in the foundation. And here's where it gets interesting for businesses. Imagine a company where every team member has their own AI team built around their specific role. A marketing lead with content specialists, an engineer with code review agents. Each person's AI team connects to shared company resources through APIs. Project management still happens in ClickUp or Jira or whatever you use. Team discussions happen normally, but each person's AI team can access all shared information and work locally more efficiently for that individual team member. That's not science fiction. That's what I'm already doing with my own AI team at my ICOR, and the foundation makes it possible. So why did both Paco and I end up here? Why do our systems actually work? Because we had the right foundation before we added AI. This is the core principle of ICOR, the methodology we developed together. You build your productivity system first, you understand your workflows, you map your information flows, you get the structure right, then you layer in the tools, AI included. And here's the thing, this is personal knowledge management in practice. When my business owner gives me a goal or I set one myself, I go into my local folder, work on it with my AI team, and the results flow back into the business systems. The local folder is where the thinking happens, where the knowledge gets processed, where decisions get made. That's PKM. It just doesn't look like a note-taking app anymore. Both of our PKA systems only work because the underlying structure was there. Without that foundation, you just have AI organizing random files with no direction. The methodology gives it direction. You don't need 30 agents. You don't need to be a developer. You need a system that's organized by clear processes instead of by the conventions of one specific tool. Once you have that, the AI brain can be anything. Claude today, something better tomorrow. Your foundation stays. Building that foundation is exactly what we teach at my ICOR, your productivity system from the ground up, tool agnostic, so that every AI improvement makes your system stronger instead of making you start over. I already ran a workshop where I walked through building this step by step. The recording, all the resources and the prompts are available for Inner Circle members. And I'm planning a dedicated PKA workshop where I go deep on this two-folder setup and how to build your own version of it. If you want to start building that system, the link is below. And if you haven't seen the first video where I show you the full system and how I use it day to day, that's linked on screen right now. And if this changed how you think about portability and data ownership, let me know in the comments. I read everyone. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you up in the next one.